Right. Welcome to the French Riviera and the historic Chateau de la Croix des Gardes. It's hot out here, isn't it? You guys staying cool? All right, don't worry. You can unbutton a little bit. This is probably the most I can do. Thank you for coming to our first ever crypto keynote and our first big event in Europe. You'll find out how these pieces fit together in just a moment. It's been an exciting year for this community. How many of you are feeling more optimistic than ever about the future of crypto? Great, me too. And we've survived some dark times, haven't we? But finally, clear regulations are coming into effect in the European Union. This means we now have the clarity to unleash many of the financial innovations that crypto makes possible. Meanwhile, the US, after years of attempting to obliterate the crypto industry, is finally ready to catch up to the rest of the world. We as an industry find ourselves now at an important precipice. We have a chance to prove to the world what we've to become the backbone of the global financial system. So what we're hoping to do today, two things to turn this from a cross that divide by rolling out new products for our US and EU customers, products that go beyond Bitcoin and meme.
Hello guys.
And EU customers, products that go beyond Bitcoin and meme.
Hello guys. Hello. Hello guys. So mostly what he is gonna do is if you don't know the Robinhood legend, right? I think the main idea of this one is to add that crypto into that Robinhood legend platform, right? So that's gonna be the main theme of this. So let's listen and then.
Hey Tanya, hey Vlad.
Hey, Joe.
Thanks for having me here. And since I know you're going to ask, I got into crypto 15 years ago.
Actually, I wasn't going to ask, but thanks for telling me. 15 years, really? That's a long time, Johan. Why are you working for me?
Well, I kind of did a Tanya, and when Bitcoin hit $1, I thought there is no way this goes any higher, so I sold it all. But, really, I'm basically an engineer, so the reason I'm here is I believe in this technology, and I want to make it less complex and more accessible to more people. So what do I mean by that?
We're ready to hear it, John.
Sorry, I got carried away. But it can really be viewed in two ways. One is as a tradable asset, like Ethereum, Solana, Bitcoin. I think you all know that here. The other piece is as a fundamental piece of technology that could reshape financial services. And I think this second idea is really underexplored.
Surprisingly, I actually agree with everything you just said. And that reveals a big question that I've been wrestling with for much of the past 2 years. And that question is, what would Robinhood look like if it was rebuilt from the ground up entirely on crypto technology? And that's exactly what we'll be showing you today.
Well, before we get to that, one thing we noticed while preparing this keynote is that while we're all Americans, all of us were also born here in Europe. I moved from St. Petersburg to the US when I was 2 years old.
And I've talked about growing up in Bulgaria so much that they make memes about it. Like this one.
And I'm actually from right here, from Cannes. I lived here for 10 years and used to skate on the Croisette, bothering all the tourists like most of you guys. Unfortunately, there is no meme about it.
Not yet, anyway. So the reason we're telling you all this is because we're excited to be in Europe. You may be used to Robinhood talking about things in the US, but our long-term goal has always been to democratize finance all around the world. And what we're going to show you today is a significant step towards that. And we wanted to do it in a place where Johan felt most comfortable and where people would understand his accent.
That's very nice of you, Vlad. By the way, can you repeat the name of this place again?
I was looking at the French people and they nodded affirmatively, but touche. The point of today, hundreds of millions of people all over Europe are about to get access to a whole new Robinhood for the very first time.
Until an hour ago, Robinhood was only fully rolled out in 6 countries worldwide. There's the Robinhood crypto app in Italy, Spain, Poland, and Lithuania. And of course, in the US and UK, there's our brokerage app. And that's it.
However, starting today, I'm excited to announce that Robinhood Crypto will now be available in these countries as well. France, of course. Let's see if you can guess the next one. Someone? Germany. And what about this one? Anyone know what country this is from? Vlad, maybe?
Sounds very much like the anthem I heard every day in school when I was a young boy in Bulgaria.
Okay, guys. No one came here to hear every country's national anthem one by one. To cut to the chase, we are now live across the entire EU and EEA. So altogether, with the UK, Robinhood is accessible in a total of 31 countries on this continent alone.
31 amazing countries. And some of the regulators and policymakers who made this possible are actually in the audience tonight. So let's give them a round of applause for their support. Thanks for making this possible. I should also add that we aren't just expanding Robinhood crypto to more countries. No, we're significantly changing what Robinhood does and offers. And I'm not going to ruin it for you all tonight, and hopefully Tanya won't. We'll be getting into all of these new features in great detail.
So for everyone watching in the EU right now, Robinhood is now fully rolled out and available in the App Store and Google Play. So you can download it now or update your app if you're already a user. You might notice a slight change in the name of the app, and the reason for that is going to become clear over the course of the evening.
And you may want to take a moment to download it now, because there might be a surprise coming at the end for those who are on the app.
In America, we call that foreshadowing. And I'll just jump in and add a third reason to download it, because there's a whole new asset class coming to the EU app. Introducing perpetual futures. It's exciting, isn't it? We call this, it's like a little appetizer to the main course.
Or the amuse-bouche, I guess.
Yes, or aperitif. Traditionally, perpetual futures have had clunky, overly complicated interfaces, particularly on mobile. So we've spent a lot of time refining and chiseling, and I believe we've crafted perhaps the finest perps experience, the finest perps UX on mobile, reducing the complexity, but without sacrificing the power or speed. Now advanced traders will be able to trade perps on the go, not just stuck at their desk. So I'll step to the side here, and I'll let Tanya and Johan walk you through what the new experience will look like.
Thanks, Vlad. So I've traded perps on different platforms, and one thing I've always found frustrating is how complicated it is to set your orders correctly and modify them.
Yeah, speaking personally, after having seen some of the interfaces, I would have no idea where to even begin figuring out how to place an order.
And I actually counted how many tabs and inputs it takes to place an order, and it's more than 20. So when we talked to our most active traders, we really got the feeling that they hated what they currently use, but had no other choice. So when we designed perpetual futures on Robinhood, we worked to make it as seamless as possible, much more intuitive, and less frustrating.
Now, before we get started, by a show of hands, how many people here have actually traded perps? Okay, looks like a lot of you have never traded them before. So for those who don't know, you can just sort of break down the name. So first of all, it's basically a future where you say the price is going to be X, Y, or Z, and it's perpetual, meaning that they don't have an expiration date, so you don't need to constantly monitor the dates of your different contracts. Now, like crypto spot, you can go long, but what's different here is you can also short the asset.
And obviously, something that is very popular with perps is to use leverage, enabling advanced traders to increase their exposure with less capital. So on one hand, it's a powerful institutional-grade financial instrument, but unfortunately, most of the time, when you want to trade perps, you are being attacked with a screen that looks like my old TI-83 calculator in high school.
So this is why I don't trade perps, but that ends today. Not just for me, but hopefully for a lot of you as well. Let's show you how it works. So as you can see on the screen, this is the ETH page in the Robinhood EU app.
Okay, Ethereum is pretty stable at 2,000. So what do you all think? Is ETH going to go up or down in the next few days? All right, we have a lot of experts in the room. Mom, what do you think? All right, I think we can go bullish.
All right, let's do it. Let's be long. So you can probably figure out what you need to do here to trade perpetuals instead of spot. You just tap on the card, and you're now on the perpetuals page for ETH. So let's place a long ETH order. As we're queuing this, we can clearly see how much margin is available and move the slider left to right to choose the order size. Currently, customers can select up to 3x leverage, but in the future, we plan to expand the options for more advanced customers.
And what's really great is you can easily choose to share your margin across all your position or just isolate it with a single type. You get to decide the details of your strategy.
Actually, my favorite feature is how you can set profit and loss on the order. This is really cool and changed the whole experience for me. So we took the innovative ladder that our team designed for futures in the US, and we made our own profit and loss ladder. So you can track the price of ETH moving in real time and decide when to take profit by moving the slider here, let's say about 10%, and easily set up a stop loss to help protect your capital, let's say below 5%. Well, it's ETH, so maybe 8%.
And we heard from our customers that they didn't like having to constantly type and update their take profit and stop loss. And it was difficult to do it on a mobile phone. So we made it possible for you to easily change your stop loss with just this swipe of a finger.
So it's incredibly intuitive and easy. And once your orders are placed, you can access them easily through your position hubs and see them all in one place to act on them.
And as we announced a few weeks ago, we closed our acquisition of Bitstamp, the longest continually running crypto exchange in the world. And now Bitstamp is the engine powering perpetual futures. Bitstamp is making possible a lot of other things to help execute the larger crypto vision that Vlad mentioned earlier, like what you see on the screen. So we are looking forward to Bitstamp becoming a foundation of a brand new global crypto age for Robinhood.
Is my face melting yet?
You surprised me.
Okay, thank you, Johan and Tanya. This has already been a huge unlock for us. In the EU, perpetual futures trading will start rolling out later this summer. So if you're an advanced trader, it's a great time to get familiar with the incredible interface Tanya and Johan just showed you. And by the way, when are perps coming to the US?
So obviously the technology is here, and you just saw it. It's all on the Robinhood platform. If and when the CFTC approves the launch of crypto perps, we'll be ready. And by the way, we also introduced micro futures on Bitcoin, Solana, and XRP, and long-dated futures are coming soon. But in the meantime, we have a lot of new products to talk about for the US.
Good transition. I like the optimism. I'd like to see more of that around the office, by the way.
Thanks, Vlad. I will work on it for you.
All right, guys, let's get into some of the features we've been working on specifically for our US customers. There are a lot of them to cover. It's been a busy year, and we've been taking action on some of your biggest requests.
True. We have some major upgrades to announce for our active traders. First of all, as some of you may have seen already, crypto is now available on Robinhood Legend, which is our new state-of-the-art desktop platform. And some of the things people really love about it are the customized indicators and the ability to trade directly from the chart.
And because it's given our traders such an advantage, some of them started asking, when is Legend coming to mobile? And we were a bit